Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. In today's tutorial, we shall talk about the role and functions of international organizations in international relations. Well, so there are four very important roles and functions of international organizations in international relations. Let's take first facilitating cooperation. Well, all the international organizations, whether they are at international level, they are at regional level, or they are at sub-regional level, these organizations always facilitate cooperation among the countries. So therefore organizations like the UN plays a crucial role in peacekeeping, conflict resolution, and disarmament efforts. Apart from this, we also have various other organizations such as IMF and World Bank, which also provide financial assistance and foster economic stability and growth. So therefore, the very important role and functions of international organizations is to facilitate a spectrum for larger cooperation among the nations on various issues, and therefore to have that platform where nations can sit across the table and discuss about various issues such as peacekeeping, conflict resolution, or disarmaments in the world need international organizations, and therefore organizations like UN does this job by facilitating space for a cooperation. So that's the point number one. Second very important role and function of IO, international organization, is setting international standards and norms. Well, organizations such as the United Nations Human Rights Council establish and monitor international human rights standard. The UN Environmental Program coordinate environmental activities and promote sustainable development. So if we take these two classic examples of the role and function of international organizations like UN, they make an attempt to set an international standards and norms. And finally, we need some sort of a standard on certain issues. Example here, as we have taken on human rights issue, there is a standard, there are norms which are established by the United Nations, and these standards and norms have to be followed by the signatories of United Nations. And apart from human rights, we also have environmental programs, and these environmental programs which are conducted under the United Nations, they carry out a lot of activities and promote sustainable development, and there are particular standards which one should be doing the job, particularly with regard to environment. So the second very important role and functions of international organization is to set a standard and norms for all the members to follow. Third very important role and function here is providing forum for dialogues. As I said earlier in the point number one, IGOs like United Nations and WTO offers that platform for all the member states to negotiate and to resolve dispute among themselves, and therefore international organizations must provide forum for a dialogue, because dialogue is very important in order to reach out to a common point where certain resolution can be accepted, certain norms can be set up for countries to follow, and therefore dialogue is important. And again, it is a role and function of international organization to provide that space, to provide that forum for a dialogue. And the last very important role and function of international organization is promoting development and humanitarian aids. The World Bank and the United Nations Development Program work towards reducing poverty and promoting sustainable development, and therefore organizations such as the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement provide assistance during the emergencies and disaster. So in the time of any sort of a disaster, whether it is a man-made disaster or whether it is a environmental disaster, you need international organization for promoting development, promoting humanitarian aids, because finally end of the day organizations like World Bank and United Nations has a lot of programs which in a way are focused more towards reducing poverty and promoting sustainable development. And therefore we have organizations like International Red Cross and Red Crescent which are directly involved in providing assistance during the emergencies and disaster, and therefore organizations like these must play their role by providing and promoting development and humanitarian aids. So these are the four most important role and functions of international organizations in international relations. So I hope you have understood this part of the point of role and functions of international organizations. I will see you soon in next tutorial. Till then, take care.